To anyone out there who is struggling with the meaning of life, I have a quote for you. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose is to give it away. Now, this quote really resonates with me because it's really important. You know, so many of us are walking through life trying to figure out the meaning of it. You know, like, what are we here for? Why were we put on this earth? And, you know, what are we supposed to do? So when I first heard this quote, it just gave me a lot of like certainty of the direction I should be heading. To find your gift is the first part. Our gift is something that we are naturally lit up to do. So it's that thing you do when time slows down. That thing you do for hours and hours and hours and you just love it. That's the gift. It's just unfortunate that we live in a world right now where we have to do things that we don't want to do, that don't light us up. Sometimes because we're forced, you know, by our authority figures and whatnot, and sometimes because we have to put food on the table. So we often lose ourselves without having the time to be able to sit with these things and, you know, actually be able to put time in to the things that light us up, which is our gift. You know, and it could be a variety of things. It could be, your gift could be singing, acting, performing, selling, advertising, writing. You know, you could be a healer through, you know, just a very emotionally intelligent person. You know, we all have something, but we all also have something that's holding us back from finding that something. And the second part of it is to give it away. We can't give anything away that we don't have. So it's super important to find that thing. So now I'm gonna get into a little quick story time for you guys. The story goes like this. Growing up, basketball has always been my thing. You know, I lived basketball, breathed basketball, played basketball all day, every day. And, you know, I was just like every other athlete. I was really set on making the NBA. But in my road, I experienced a couple of things that steered me in another direction. Tore my ACL 2 times, tore my meniscus multiple times, one time needing surgery, and then I also tore my Achilles. You know, so through all those injuries, I was taught a new lesson every single time. I was taught how to deal with my emotions. I was taught how to become more expressive. So I put in so much time in the game of basketball, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, I've met so many people, built so many relationships, and it's just an amazing work of art that, you know, it just brings so many people together. I love it to this day. But from a competitive standpoint, you know, I didn't get to reach the highest levels, you know, of playing, but a gift of mine is teaching. So now I'm able to take all the knowledge of, you know, my story, my journey of going through those injuries, you know, being really talented, but, you know, having to face adversity, to look really hard situations in the face and attack them anyway, and give that knowledge to the younger ones coming up after me. And the crazy thing is that basketball led me to creative expression. It led me to acting. I started acting because I wanted to get over anxiety for basketball. And through acting, I found another gift of mine, and that's just being able to deliver wisdom through creativity. And that's what I do on my channel. I use acting monologues and, my anime stuff to be able to create something new, to be able to deliver a message that's deep, that can help people coming up after me or even people around me. So these gifts I find along the way. I'm obviously still in progress working on certain things, but they light me up. I can work on acting and YouTube videos all day, every day. I can coach basketball and teach basketball all day, every day. And basically what I want to get across in this story is when you follow your journey of being uniquely you, and you don't try to control the narrative and just let things fall into place, you'll find your gift. And I've been blessed to be able to find some gifts, and now the goal is to master these gifts, to put my 10,000 hours in to these gifts so that I can give them away. I have so much purpose in continuously improving, of being more knowledgeable, gaining more wisdom, being more creative, being a better teacher, becoming a better actor, becoming a better trainer in basketball. And honestly, whatever else comes my way, YouTube is another branch of that. And to be able to give that away, I have to master these things because I don't want my time to pass me by. So eventually I'll be able to give these to someone else to live a fulfilling life. So, came up with this little monologue for you guys. Check it out. There comes a point in everyone's life when they have to make a choice. Do I use my gift for good? Or do I use it for my own selfish gain? All the time it took to find it, when no one believed in it. Do I give it to others who weren't there, who weren't cheering me on? Or do I take it and use it to destroy them? Decisions, decisions. One day, it will all make sense. The path I take, left, the moral stance, or right, look out for myself. I don't know what I'm going to do. How do you stay pure in a world full of hate? Why bless those who never clapped at the beginning? My gift has power to make people's lives or to break people's lives. What do I do? So, my goal for everyone here today is find that gift. Work relentlessly at finding that gift, because you will have so much meaning in that. Find that thing that lights you up. I genuinely challenge you, because I don't want anyone to leave this world with a gift that was never honed and never given to someone else. Make that your life mission right now. If you don't have anything to do or any reason to live, let that be a reason to live. To find that thing that you can spend hours on and hours and hours that no one else can do better than you. Because guess what? I'm not the greatest writer, but there's somebody who can write all day, every day. I'm not the greatest singer, but there's somebody who can sing all day, every day. Find your thing. And then, once you find it, I challenge you, master it. Put your 10,000 hours in. Work on it every single day. And then do the thing that gives us the greatest joy and satisfaction in life. Give it away. When we give, there's a different level of that good feeling. You know, so many people don't have their gift. They never find it. So many people find their gift and they never give it away. Become that minority. Find your gift, master it, give it away. You know, there's just something different about giving to others without expecting anything in return. You know, it's a beautiful thing when people do things for you out of the kindness of their heart. They do it not to gain something from you, but to gain something in giving. And when we use that purpose of finally taking that thing that we master and giving it to someone else, I'm telling you, there's no better feeling. You know, we live in a world where there's a ton of consumption, not enough creating. There's a lot of people out here who are forced to be able to not have time to find their gifts, and I really do feel for you guys. But even if it's just 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, find that thing, you know. And if you're having trouble finding that gift, look back at the things you did when you were a kid. Those gives us a ton of hints. Because at the end of the day, when you're a kid, there's so many things that you're just naturally drawn to. And usually, that's where the answer lies. You know, I'll give you an example of myself. When I was a kid, I loved anime, I loved drawing, I loved telling stories. I just loved learning, right? I was a very introverted, shy kid, and I would spend hours and hours and hours of my day just thinking about, you know, different things in life. I'll be using my imagination, playing different games, and I could just do that all day, every day. And now look what I do. I take all that creativity, all that thinking, and I set up a camera, and I'm trying to make a career out of this, being able to spread wisdom and knowledge through creativity. So again, I challenge you today, man. I challenge every single person who watches this video, who comes across it. Find that gift, master it, give it away. And if you're struggling, I'm here for you, because I understand how it is to not know where to go. Keep fighting. See you soon.